Beating the Odds of Pancreatic Cancer will introduce you to a local couple who's spreading the message of hope and survival despite a diagnosis many consider to be a death sentence. Plus, we'll learn what a Maryland teen is doing to help lead to a quicker diagnosis with this often fatal disease.
Her mother's breast cancer diagnosis inspired this woman to help others. How what she has in this boutique is bringing comfort to those battling the disease.
You work, you carpool, you run your children around with all of that. You just don't have enough time to take a minute for yourself, let alone find hours to clean your home and get it ready for the holidays. Coming up, Angie Hicks has a sanity-saving solution.
It promises to make your child a tasty treat in just 3 minutes. But does it really? Jimmy puts the ice cream magic to the test.
And many of us have our morning cup of coffee with this trio. Today, Brian goes behind the scenes of the early show, and wait until you hear what Gail has to say about Jimmy. Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant.
And I'm Brian Spiros, in today for Jimmy Hoppa, and welcome to Delmarva Life from historic Studio D. And Jimmy's going to miss what Gail said about him.
I know. So sad.
Hey, he'll get over it, I'm sure. Hey, when is your wedding date? The numbers.
8/17/91.
That took too long.
I know, right?
Mine's 9/28/12. Not really that fun, right?
No.
Well, you know, this is an interesting story. It's actually cool. A couple got married on 9/10/11. That's easy to remember.
Right.
And guess what? Their first child was born on 11/12/13.
Oh my goodness.
You can't even plan that. James Douglas Oliver entered the world just before 3 p.m. on what happened to be the second to last sequential date this century. The baby's father said it was an unexpected surprise because he actually wasn't due until the 21st.
Right,
so he was more than a week early. It's a pretty amazing coincidence, but there's a good chance it could happen again next year, and not just for the Olivers. On Tuesday, thousands of couples rushed to the altar in order to get hitched on an iconic date, 11/12/13, and any of them could aim for a December 13th birthday next year because it would be 12/13/14.
Which is my son's 22nd birthday.
Yes, so if you had to look at it for next December, that means March is going to be a pretty busy month, and we're going to leave it at that.
You just did that math very quickly. Hey, let's talk about Jimmie Johnson. Not only is he setting records here on Delmarva and Dover, you know, he's the winningest driver in Dover, by the way, just this year, but he is now NASCAR's top driver for the 6th time in 8 years. Johnson's 9th place finish at Homestead Miami Speedway was good enough for him to clinch the Sprint Cup title by 19 points over Matt Kenseth. So congratulations to him, Jimmie Johnson.
Congratulations.
Yeah, he's tackled the monster Mal, and now he just took the whole thing.
Exactly. He's taking it all.
And here's another interesting story. You got to look at keeping with sports. Okay, Jacksonville Jaguars defensive end Jason Babin gives us one of the oddest pictures from the 2013 NFL season. Take a look at this. You know what that is in his hand? Well, let me tell you. After one play on Sunday, Babin came away with some of Arizona Cardinals running back Andre Ellington's hair. That's right, his dreadlocks.
Ouch, that had to hurt.
The good news, according to Mark Dalton's Twitter, Ellington got the hair back in a nice bag.
Well, that really had to hurt, because that wasn't just one strand. I mean, that was a good chunk of hair.
I wonder if he got the tackle.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he did, actually.
After that, it was all a wash. Well, it was a good day of packing in Sharptown. This was the scene at the Sharptown Fire Department Memorial Hall yesterday morning. About 300 people crowded into a low-slung building to pack boxes full of supplies for military units currently deployed from Maryland and Delaware. Now, many were just people looking to lend a hand, but some were families of troops overseas or military personnel who had once been on the receiving end of those packages. And you know, we've talked about some of those packages, the care packages that go over. It makes a world of difference. So it gives them a connection to home. So it's wonderful.
Exactly. And speaking of veterans, Maryland's Veterans Affairs Service program has opened a new center in downtown Easton. That's always good news. The center opened Friday, and veterans will be able to access a variety of services, including benefit counseling, case management and claims development, preparation, and submission. Now, the center was previously located in Hurlock, but Easton, a much more central location for the veterans to get to.
Another great story there. And just a note to let you know that the free rabies and distemper vaccines clinic that was scheduled in Dover on November 23rd has actually been canceled. The SPCA says they will reschedule it at a later date, and once we know, of course, we'll let everybody else know.
Right. Well, one set in stone date, June 14th and 15th of next summer.
Yes.
Well, I should say it's not set in stone, but the OC Air Show will be that weekend. That's what they're saying now. It is set in stone, actually. So far, no performers have been announced. That usually happens after the International Council of Air Shows convention in Las Vegas. But you can go ahead and mark it on your calendar, the 14th and 15th. The show organizer says it's very likely that his event will book a military headliner for 2014 because, you know, the Blue Angels were supposed to come, but sequestered.
Exactly.
Sequestration
Things got cut last
happened,
year,
yeah.
so I'm ready for summer already, so I can't wait for June to get here.
Well, uploaded to YouTube on Saturday, this video already has 13.5 million views. Take a look at this. It's a train station in Antwerp with the typical announcements until Julie Andrews begins singing Do Re Mi from the music Sound of Music, where she plays Maria and sings with the children. More and more join in. The entire court is filled with people dancing to the song, much to the pleasure of those who thought they were only going to catch the train that day.
Now,
They caught a flash
I don't know
mob.
if I'm a Scrooge, but I just would be like, that's great, people. I got a train to catch.
Yeah.
Look at that. They're blocking everything.
Oh,
What is it?
do
Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti. As you can tell, I did not pay attention in music class. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, they're the faces of CBS this morning, and I got a chance to visit their set and go one-on-one with each of the anchors a little later in the show. Wait till you hear what I found out.
The ice cream Magic is marketed as a product that allows you to make your favorite flavor in just 3 minutes. We're going to let you see how it works for yourself as Jimmy puts it to the test.
And while you're in the kitchen and the rest of your house for that matter, who really has the hours it takes to clean it? Especially as the holidays creep up on us, we'll tell you more about one option that can help save you time and stress.
But next, we sit down with a Delmar man who is in the fight of his life, but yet he's beating the odds. He'll share his story of battling pancreatic cancer. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.